There are three functions on the front of the SPD-S that you may wish to replicate on the pads, and these are the all sound off button, the minus patch button and the plus patch button. This can be useful because if you play the wrong sample or the wrong sample gets triggered while you're playing, it's quite difficult to put your sticks down and hit the all sound off button, for example. Also, you might find that you need to change patches in the middle of a song, and again putting your sticks down and trying to hit the plus and the minus patch buttons quite hard. So what I do on my SPD-S is replicate those three functions on these three edge pads. One thing to bear in mind is this is a global setting. Once you've assigned these functions to the pads, they'll behave like this in every single one of your patches. So effectively, it stops you assigning different samples to the pads that you've assigned these functions to. Otherwise, when you, for example, tap pad number 3 to go up a patch, it will play whatever sample you have assigned to that particular pad, which isn't particularly what you want to do. So here's how you assign those three functions to these particular pads, although obviously you could assign them to any of the pads or any of the external triggers. So first press the setup key, and you can see the display changes to system. Use the right arrow a couple of times until the display says Control SW or Control Switch. Press the Enter key. Now if we look at the display at the moment, it says Control Switch off and it's looking at pad number 8. Well, we're going to choose pad 1. So either tap pad 1, or you can use the Shift and the arrow keys to go back and forward between the pads like we've done in other videos. Then we'll use the plus button a couple of times until it says patch minus, because I want it so that when I tap pad number 1, it will move the patch bank down 1. I'll then select pad number 2. This time I'll use the Shift and the right arrow. Choose it. And again you can see it says Control Switch off, and I'm going to move that one with the plus button until it says sound off. Now I'll use the Shift and the right arrow key one more time to go to the third pad and use the plus button once until it says patch plus. And then to save all that, I'll just press exit a couple of times. You can see we're back to where we started from. Just to test that works, if you watch the display, I'll tap pad number 3, and you see it move to the next patch. And again, and I can go down the patches by now tapping number 1. Just to test that the sound off function works, I'll go up a couple of patches to number 4, and this is a long sample. I'll start and then I'll stop it with pad number 2.
I am the Count. Do you know why?
So we've assigned the three functions, all sound off, patch minus and patch plus, to those three edge pads, but you could have assigned them to any of the pads on the SPD-S or the external pads or triggers.